Today we'll be showing you how to import like some normal elements from warehouse. So there are a number of websites from where you can get like the 3D models. So let's say I was trying to import a basin for this part. So I found this one. Like, let's say I want to download this one. So you need to enter your SketchUp model minus 2019. So it is down. So I have downloaded some models just like glasses, a sketch tube, and a basin. So I will import them one by one. This is how now we need to explode it. Actually, every single object that you download from like warehouse, they will be grouped. You need to explode each of them. Let's say I need to add this one. So all I'll be doing is just copy this places this like here. So you need to do it as per your requirements. I just showed it. Now we need to make a cut over here for installation of the basin part. So we'll be exploding it. But in this area, this part. So I'll be just copying it. Actually, in this in SketchUp, Control C also works. Like I'll be selecting this one and I'll just be clicking on Control C. Let's say I have to make the section over here. So I'll be entering into the edit mode, object edit mode, and I'm just placing it. All I need to do is just press pull it and pull this also. Let's see what is the required height. So let's see, around 7. We need to. This is an object. Okay, I was working on this model only. So not I will not be exploding them because they may. If I need to try some more variations, so it may create a problem later on. So I will be just going in the edit menu. Okay. Before that, I need to make some guidelines like this. This is the object I can hide this one. this part will not be shown in the outs. Like not be presented in the rendered part. This enough. So you can manipulate it as per your need. So now we have space for the vehicle. Now just placing it. Couldn't find a point on that part. That's why find a better reference point. This works. Just like if you go with the middle, as why I go through the like the middle point one. I always consider the middle point as the reference, and it works good. So you can work on your like you can find your own reference point, whichever will be comfortable for you. So I had hidden a part like the slab. Okay. I need to place it downwards. I get my and you may see this side the face is showing a bit problem because mm, I may have done something wrong or like the two faces have just been overlapped on this part. So now we need to provide this part. Actually, I ignored it because I didn't like it much. I wanted to use this one. So let's just slowly. Okay. Now I didn't want this part, so I will be now just giving the this one as a look. So copy. That's from here. And there it goes. You will be getting a number of the warehouse, but like you can import each and everything like name it, like chair, table, everything. But you will be facing a problem when you will be rendering these parts. Like the materials used for coloring these objects are may not be of that good pixels, so you need to change the color of each of them. Let's say for this one, or so what else do I have? Okay. So I don't every time when you download something from the warehouse, it doesn't come in the perfect scale. You need to change it. Like, let's say I need to make this like one, like half of it. So this is how we use scale. We you just need to click on a corner from which corner you need to scale it, and then enter your scale for. Suppose in this part I need around 0.5 scale. So there it was. This is how scale works. And for one part, like suppose I know the length that is supposed to be. Like I have only 4 feet in here. Like I have only 2 feet to fit my stove space or something. Like let's take an example of that. You can use this for windows, doors. Like the actual dimension of a door that is required, you will be designing it, and the ones that will be available in the warehouse, they may most of the time they will not be of the same dimension, so you need to scale them up. So let's say the scope from here to fit from here. So I will take a distance of 2 feet and just click on it, scale, and I will just be dragging it. This is one way, and the other way is like a basic mathematical calculation. Like mm, my available space is, let's say, my available space is 2 feet, and I have in hand like 2 feet 4 inches, let's say. So to get it in the exact scale to fit this 2 feet 4 inches in the 2 feet, the another mathematical calculation that I personally use, that is like just make it divide like 2 feet, get it into inches, and then the like 2 feet equals 24 inches. So 24 inches by here is 2 feet 4 inches. So 24, 28, 24 by 28 into 100, and the result that will come, you just need to enter it in the scale part. Like in this part, like if it's 80%, so I'll be entering 0.8. This is how it works. You guys just give it a try. Everyone have completed their drafting part, AutoCAD drafting part. Is there anyone who hasn't completed like Swaraj Saha? Can you please unmute? Like, have you completed your project, like the 2D drafting part? So today will be just another just the to start any project all by yourself. So you need to import your AutoCAD file from, of course, from AutoCAD. So, but the format will be a bit different because in the import section, the types are like DXF. You need to save it in DXF format. So, will be so much time.
How to enter in edit mode?
What?
How to enter into edit mode in SketchUp?
How to enter into edit mode of
SketchUp.
SketchUp? Like
Is there anything?
object edit mode.
Yeah. Is there
Suppose
anything
this.
separate?
Suppose this is an object. You just double click on the object now. Suppose this is an object. Okay. Just double click. It will. You'll be able to use everything. Let's say we need this plan, like this plan to SketchUp. So we need to save this. Save as one and change this one to AutoCAD DXF. Like you guys can take a screenshot of this one. So there are a lot of DXF formats because this is the most suitable one. So now we will be saving it as just save. Just minimize this one. Now I need to import just file import and then you will be seeing a DXL file. So now we need to check whether like the scale is fine or not. Sometimes it causes a problem. So we need to check it once. Yes, see, this is in mm, and now I'm currently using inch feet, so I need to change it once. In order to get the perfect dimensions. So you all will be facing this kind of problem, and the most frustrating one will be when suppose you have completed your all project and you have just started to render it, and all of a sudden your laptop just shuts down. Out like okay, let's import it. This was so as per our plan. This one was like 1200, and the enter one was 3340. So let's measure it. Like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Get started with all you need to do. See, these are all kept as a group. So you have to keep this as a group. Because after making your model, we have to delete this part. So let's say this is our imported model from warehouse, and if you render this, and suppose you are facing some sort of distortions on it, so we're just exploding it. Just adding some colors. Add whatever we want. Now when you will be rendering it, you will not be facing any sort of distortions and all. Work on this model. Keep in mind the number of like the types of windows that we are having in our lab, and in this one, fortunately, I have just one type of window and a ventilator of the same size that is applied in all the parts. So it is 900, 1500. Okay. So we need to design one window, one ventilator, and like 4 doors of different sizes. And the material is provided in this part. So at first we will be just making the model of the block. So let's start. Let's start from this part. Let's start from this part. Okay. So there, like this seems to like have to be a window, and so you need to just open the AutoCAD for some time in order to just cross check if everything is fine or not. Sometimes you may get some sort of manipulation. So all we'll be starting is like just make a rectangle over here, and what will be our, let's leave it for now. Actually the rectangle is still here, and then the same goes till here. This is our wall space. You need to just make rectangles out of your like wall spaces. This is around of 5 inches. So in mm, the height of a room is around 3200, 3.2 meter. So we'll be just extruding them. The next part is to make space for the like to fill the lintel space and the spaces from bottom. So the lintel space from the top is like from the so this is our lintel space. Now all we need to do is that once you provide this measurement use this measurement tool, you will be getting those points, the intersection points. So we'll be drawing a perpendicular line, and we just need to do this one. Make this space. And now we have to make the bottom part. So height,
তোমার ফ্যানটার আওয়াজটা বেশি আসছে একটুখানি লাইক ইউ ক্যান অ্যাডজাস্ট দ্য ফ্যান অর
can you please pardon? Saying something. Yeah, so our Windows height is around 1500 mm. So we will be drawing another construction line at 1500. And for this vents part, like, see, this is a big longer path and this is a bit shorter one. So the ventilations will be for this part, and is 600 around, like 600. So now we'll be doing the same for this part. The same for this part also. We are complete our face part. So now we'll be just removing those lines. Okay. Just by the same way you will be just.
Hello, Arithro. Hello. Yeah, you're actually so much of noise is coming out from your mic. So if you can adjust the fan, or if there is something like if you can talk a bit closer to your mic, because your voice is not audible that much because of the noise.
Actually, my network is a bit problematic right now, and my laptop seems the same. So
Okay. Hello everyone. Actually, Aritro's internet is not working that much. So I think today's class we need to interrupt. We need to end it here. So sorry for that. So let me also know. Also, please tell me, like how many of you are getting this, this SketchUp thing? Like if you are facing problem or like you are able to do it. Like are you figuring it out?
Yes, sir, we are able to do it.
And what about others? Arijit, Dheeraj, Himanis, everyone.
Sir, we are able to do.
Yes, sir, we are able to do it.
Like if you're still unable to like work with SketchUp, do let us know. Like if you are already facing some kind of problem. So I think what you are trying to do is like extruding the plan. So you are able to understand how to import a AutoCAD drawing from like AutoCAD to SketchUp. Basically, you have to save that particular drawing into DXF format, and then you can import that into SketchUp, because SketchUp doesn't import the DWG files, so you have to save that in DXF format. And one more small tip, I don't know whether Arito has given this or not. If you are like about to import some plan from AutoCAD to SketchUp and start working on it, just make sure that your plan should be very much clear. Clear in the sense, if you are showing some kind of 2D plan, generally you are adding furnitures to it, different colored walls, different colored furnitures, elements. But when you are importing that same thing into AutoCAD, just simply remove those. Because in SketchUp, when you are importing that from AutoCAD to SketchUp, just remove those furnitures. Because in SketchUp, what you will do, you will simply extrude the walls. You will need the window and door positions, staircase. That's all. You don't need the furniture placement and all those things, because again you will be importing different sets or sorts of furniture into SketchUp from 3D warehouse, or maybe you are making it on your own. So because what happens if you import too much of element as a DXA format to SketchUp, basically your model starts, the softwares actually get too much heavy. That's what actually happened in this case. I'm just assuming. I don't know whether it is true or not, but it happens. It has already happened many a times that whenever you are importing a heavy drawing in the sense a drawing which is consisting of so many elements. So the simpler and the cleaner your DXA file is, your working environment will be much easier. Just keep the walls, keep the door positions, keep the window position, that's all. No need to incorporate all those furnitures and other detailings. You can refer to the PDF and easily model your 3D modeling in SketchUp by seeing the PDF side by side. So no need to incorporate all those colorful furnitures and all those things. This is a tip I'll give you. This is actually very important. And apart from that, you also need to check for the units as well. The unit that you are using in AutoCAD, the unit that you will be using in SketchUp. You need to check for both the units. And I think also you need to check for the unit type as well, whether you have put that in architectural or engineering and all those things. I think for AutoCAD, for SketchUp, you need to save the drawing in architectural unit. So also check for the units as well, because unit conversion is very much important. Why? Obviously, you will not show the dimensions in a 3D model. That is fine and understandable. But at the same time, when you will be importing different sorts of elements, for example, you are downloading a modular kitchen set completely, or maybe you are downloading a luxurious bed from 3D warehouse, and you want to show that in your 3D model, the model of the bedroom. So what you will do at that time, you will basically download it, open in SketchUp and simply put it. But you need to think of the scale, right? Scale as in a bed is generally maybe 7 feet to 7.5 feet long. So in that case, you need to scale your object, and if the drawing or the house that you already 3D modeled actually, if that is not in scale, then how can you fit a 7 feet long bed into your drawing? So those are the small things you need to consider. So maintaining the scale is very important here. So make sure that the unit you are using in AutoCAD is as same as the unit that you will be using in SketchUp. And if not, then simply make all the changes and conversions of unit and everything in AutoCAD itself. Then make a clear and clean, simple line diagram, or what can I say, a wall line diagram only in AutoCAD. Switch off all the unnecessary extra layers, or delete them, or copy that wall layer only, and open that into a, copy that particular thing into a new file, and simply import that clean, simplest file, I can say, or that DXF file and import that into SketchUp. That should be your, working procedure. That should be the way you should work, because it is very much comfortable and easy at the same time. Because when you will be dealing with multiple number of projects, you don't have so much of time to put all behind a particular simple residential project. So in that case, you need to speed up your process. You need to think fast. You need to think quick decisions, whether to put which element. Maybe even the client's budget is very much low. So why will you put so much of time behind a very cheap project? First of all, obviously, as I have already discussed, is that you shouldn't, undervalue your own work. But still, when you are starting your freelancing career, generally what happens, you have to do some projects in free, or maybe for very less considerable amounts. So in that case, you need to already develop a system where you can put minimum of your effort and get the maximum output. So basically, you need to do the smart work. So to achieve that particular way of working or the workflow, you need to keep in mind these small things. Set the unit properly. If the maybe you have done it in millimeters in AutoCAD, and maybe you need to import the plan in feet and inches into SketchUp. So do that conversion part in AutoCAD itself. Simply create a new file, copy the wall lines and window and doors only, and copy paste that into the new AutoCAD file where the units are in feet and inches. Scale it up or scale it down, whatever you need to do, just do, and make it in feet and inches and finalize it. It's there itself. Then simply just save that in DXF format and import that into SketchUp. Because when you'll be dealing with SketchUp, you're dealing with a 3D, modeling software. So SketchUp is very much light, but still it is very much, if the elements there are too many elements, the system actually crashes like this. So you need to think of that. And if you are having a pretty much good system, that is very good. And also for the architecture students or interior design students, I think you guys are already having a good PC system, and if not, then try to upgrade, because you'll be needing it for your career and the rest of the life actually. Because having a good system actually saves a lot of time. You need to have a decent, first of all, a decent RAM, the very first and foremost thing. Get a good decent RAM, at least of 8 GB or 16 GB. Then you need a graphics card, and there is also a misconception about graphics card. Your graphics card doesn't speeden up your rendering process. That is a complete misconception. What is the function of a graphics card is, the people who are using Lumion or maybe SketchUp or any other 3D software, you guys know that when you are having a low graphic, like I don't know whether you know it or not. If you are having a lower graphics card PC system or laptop, whatever it is, in that case, what happens? that if you have a very low capacity graphics card or no graphics card at all, graphics card, what it does is it actually, you know, adjusts or scales the resolution of a model. For example, if you are creating a small house, so within seconds you are zooming it very much, and within seconds you are zooming it out, and you are rotating it, you know, you are going to different angles, different views. So the screen needs to, you know, show that different angles with the same speed. The speed with which you are scrolling in or scrolling out, or maybe you are moving your mouse, the screen need to respond at the same time, and graphics card enhance that process. Having a graphics card will enhance your experience of using the software, but having a good decent RAM and a good decent processor will enhance your rendering speed. Why I'm telling this? Because in many of the cases, the architect just only does the 3D modeling part, and for the rendering purpose, there is another different person. So maybe the architect doesn't need a 4 GB or 8 GB or a very costly graphics card. All he or she needs is a good decent processor and a high quality RAM, maybe 8 GB or 6 GB or more than that. So I mean 16 GB. So that is the thing. For rendering, you need to have, for the only working part, you need a good decent graphics card. And for the rendering purpose, you need a good processor and a RAM. And if you're doing all the work, so you need to have all those three good things. And you can refer to any, any good architect you actually follow, or maybe you are a fan of, and you can refer to their setup or PC system actually. So these are the things. And like, you cannot, maybe you are not able to purchase all the things at a time. Just do some small projects, save some money from that, and purchase it on your own. Like, you'll feel good actually. If you are already having an existing system which is not of such kind of high-end PC configuration, just take up small projects, make some money, save it, and then make it on your own. So you'll actually feel good that you have upgraded your PC system on your own. And at that time, you will also learn how to value your own work. Like, what is the value of money? You'll learn that by the same times. And that indirectly will help you to charge more and more for your work. And also at the same time, your inner self will tell you that I should, take the projects more seriously. I should invest more time in it, because it is giving me money, and also so I need to put some value to my work. In that way, you can value your own work. Or else what happens sometimes, that you are an architect student, you are doing this because it is in your course, so you have to do it. That is another thing, and you are doing it out of your own interest, so that is another thing. So I prefer the second one, that you do whatever you take interest in, so you can build your interest in that way also. So anyway, so these are the things how you can actually maintain a good because we are slowly moving towards because ma'am will be having a session on exterior designing and interior designing, and then we'll move back to rendering as well. So at that time, many of you people may face problem regarding the during the rendering, though we have come up with a easier solution, or it is already using it, Enscape, which is basically very much light among all the alternate available options. I mean, there are more different options which the plugins which are already light, or what can I say, which are less RAM consuming or less graphics consuming plugins, but those are not of decent qualities. At least Enscape has some decent quality. And then there are obviously higher options like V-Ray is another plugin, which is, I think, among all the different 3D plugins, V-Ray is a very good and decent one in terms of quality. but at the same time it also consumes a lot of RAM and graphics. And then if I talk about more decent quality, you can completely rely on a different platform, that is Lumion. Lumion is you guys already know, I think many of you, and those who don't know, Lumion is one of the rendering platforms which is being used worldwide. Like it can give you photorealistic renders. Photorealistic render, do you know what a photorealistic render is? Let me show you actually. Okay, I need to share the screen. Yeah. So you can see these are not actual these are not images taken with camera. These are photorealistic renders like this. These are actually rendered image. So this is something, I think this is done in Lumion 9. I think that is the most latest version. I don't know whether it's Lumion 9 or not, but Lumion 9 is the latest version, I guess. So these are photorealistic renders. You can get this kind of quality in your rendering if you are using Lumion, and that is the thing. But obviously at the same time, Lumion is very much a high-end software, and in order to use that, you need to have a decent PC setup. Simple as that. And also for the architecture students who are taking this rendering and 3D modeling thing very much seriously, I'll suggest you that you start focusing or taking it serious to to build up a PC. You take it very much seriously and start focusing on these things. And also, if you are already working on a laptop, I don't know which or what laptop you are using, but I'll tell you to or suggest you to start investing on a desktop for this rendering purpose actually, because this actually good quality, decent quality renderings takes a lot of time, and which you can reduce by using high-end configuration like more RAM, more graphics card, or the high latest processors and all those things. But at the same time, the higher your PC is configuration, the more it will be heated up. So for a laptop, I don't think it is that much good. But also at the same time, being an architect, you need to have a laptop, because that helps you to because laptop is portable. That's the biggest advantage of having a good laptop. Your laptop is portable. You can it is on the go. You can take it to the client meeting. You can simply sketch something, or 3D model something in front of the client as well using SketchUp or any other tool. So that is the benefit of having a laptop. It is very much important from the client point of view, because I'm considering that all of you are becoming a freelancer in next 1 to 2 years. That's why I'm talking from that point of view. So you need to have a laptop. That is fine. I also I think you all are having a laptop, because most of the colleges they provide, or you actually buy it. But also at the same time, if you are serious about your future and freelancing career, start saving money and start investing on a decent PC setup. So anything you want to add up to this, or you want any kind of question? There are different kind of 3D modeling platforms also, like SketchUp is a very basic one. Then there is Rhino. Someone was using that, told me. Rhino I have seen that has a very decent quality actually. And then there is 3ds Max is there. Then Revit is there. Revit architecture basically. And also so many different options, softwares are there. So yeah, those are the things, but at least you need to have the basics. And also one more thing for the today I'm only giving advices to architects, and like being an engineer also I'm giving advices to future architects. But never doubt that, because I am having that experience of like dealing with these people. So also one more advice I'd like to give you, that maybe you are a very much technical nomad or digital nomad, that kind of thing, or maybe you are very much enthusiastic about softwares. You know a lot of different kinds of softwares, maybe. Okay, maybe you are expert in 3ds Max, expert in, okay, there are also different 3D softwares like Maya is also there, one of them, and a lot of things are there. Basically, they are used for gaming, designing purpose, animation softwares, and all those things. So whatever, don't. I'm not talking about them. What I was talking that maybe you are a very much software expert. That is completely fine. Your expertise in software will help you to get to the results. Okay, like to bring out a result which is presentable. But at the same time, if you are an architect, you shouldn't lose the interest of hand sketching. That is very much important, because if you are starting your work like by opening the software, what happens? Your power of imagination actually dies. So I'll always suggest, before you start working on any kind of project, I also told it earlier, I'm saying it again, just start with a simple pen and paper, or a pen and pencil as well. Just simply start sketching rough sketches, make rough diagram sketches in a pen and paper, then give it a proper dimension, give it a proper visualization, and all those things. But start with a basic pen and paper. Start sketching, and because if you are doing exterior designing or interior designing as well, so if you are going for very conventional building shapes and all those things, like, don't you get bored by seeing all the buildings as a rectangular building, the same way, the same boring way they are being constructed, the same looking buildings? You need to think different, right? As an architect, you need to make your architecture, make your designs to stand out. Even if you are doing a very small residential project, take it as that you are competing with other architects. So you like make the design such that whenever a people come across that building, he should at least think that, oh, this is a very good looking building. Okay, who is the architect that designed it? And that's how you get your popularity, that's how you get client leads as well. So it has both the benefits. First, you are making your own identity, and secondly, you are also like doing your marketing indirectly. Your product or your design will speak for yourself. So like, never let the creativity die within yourself. Always be creative. Start with a very rough sketch of in pen and paper. Okay, refer to other architects. Like, you can steal other designs, but still like an artist. Like, you cannot just simply copy paste someone. Maybe for the beginning or the starting purpose, you can simply copy paste other designs. But like, the more on the way you grow, like, still like an artist. Okay, take the idea, steal the thought, then develop it within you, and then come up with a new design. Always you should go for new and new design. Don't like repeat your work. You should have that kind of mindset within you, that I'll never repeat my design. And then you will also develop a thinking that, okay, now I need to think something different. Because in most of the projects, what happens that already, because as a structure engineer, whenever I get a project, I came to know that, like, I always come to know that the architect has already made the plan, and he or she has already done the architectural modeling. So basically everything is predefined. I don't have much scope of changes. And I see that all they are doing, they are just repeating the same things. But don't do that. I'm just suggesting you, because you are the one who is giving a shape to the building, who is giving a social image to the owner of the building by designing his house at the same time. So you need to keep these things in your mind. Yeah, so these are the pretty much thing that I actually want. Actually, I was aiming to tell these things at the end of the internship, but as I didn't wanted to waste like this session, actually, that's why I told you that earlier. So if you have any kind of doubts, or you want to share some kind of problem that you face actually being a freelancer, or whatever it is, maybe you are not a freelancer, you'll be working for a organization or whatever it is, but still you need to have this thing within you. And also, to get a decent job in architectural field, you know that you need to build your portfolio. And if you don't know what a architectural portfolio is, just go right on Google and search for it. You'll get to know, and start working on it from today itself. Build your portfolio that much strong that you don't have to seek for jobs. Your portfolio will speak for yourself, and people or organization will come and like after seeing a portfolio, they will come behind you. That's the thing. So yeah, these are the things. And if you have any kind of doubt or suggestion, you can ask. Or we can end today's session. Okay, like, is anybody there? Because I'm not getting any kind of responses. Hello? Okay, Vajit is there. Okay, fine. So if you are listening or not listening, I don't know. But if even one person is listening to this, I think it will help you a great in your future as well. So yeah, you start working on this. And if you face any kind of problem, you are always connected to us, because once you are into our courses, you are already a part of Deyan. You are already a part of our community. So never hesitate, just simply ask for it. And don't think that we are not monitoring anything. We already got a pretty much rough essence of which student is capable of what. So your work or your performance is speaking for yourself, your interest, and all those things. So maybe something good is waiting for you at the other end. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, obviously you are already connected to a community. So if you have something in your mind, you can always ask. Okay. So thank you for joining today's session, and we'll continue this session tomorrow. We'll finish the exterior modeling and all those things. Then we'll have some classes on exterior designing and interior designing. Yeah. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.